Hello guys, welcome to a new video on this channel. Today we are gonna talk about eidalons, and we will exactly talk about which eidalon, in my opinion, is the best for each perspective unit as the best eidalon, or you could say the best stopping point for every 5-star limited character. I will not conclude characters like Cypher and Finon and newer characters, because we just don't know yet. And I will not include any 4-star characters, because every single 4-star character and standard character as well should be E6 or as high as you can. Before we start, there are 4 sections which will equal E2, which character will be best at E2, E1, E6, which characters kinda are the best stopping on the E6. And then the last one is that even the E6 isn't the best one for them, that overall their eidalons aren't as good performing, that even E6 isn't the best stopping point. I know you can go further, but some characters have really poor eidalons. Even if there will be 1 or 2 characters in this section, it's good for you to know. So, we can already start. The start will be really simple. The first character that is there is Acheron. I will always say maybe a little to why the eidalon is the best. If you want some side or know what exactly every eidalon does, I'm not gonna tell you because we would be there really long. But you can use side like Pridevan or any side you want. If you use Pridevan, you can check what the eidalon does. It's very good for you to check. So, I will start with Acheron, which I probably guess a lot of people know that. Her E2 is fabulous. Her E2 means that you can play 1 less Nihility, which means you can use Jiao Chao with her, which is her best partner, maybe in the future Cypher, no leakers of course. And then you can add things like Triby, Sunday, Robin, Sparkle, or any general buffer, maybe Robin, whatever thing you may, because you are allowed to play 1 less Nihility and do even more damage. Very simple. Another character which is one of the newer characters, Aglaya. Aglaya is a fabulous character in speed which she can actually clear and one of the strongest DPS in the game, being really underrated in overall perspective. But her best eidalon is of course E1 thanks to how much faster she is able to generate her ultimate, so her E1 is the best point you can ever stop for. Then we have a character called Anaxagoras, if you want to be precise. His E1 is decent, but his light cone holds probably better value, but his best eidalon is E2. Why? Because his E2 allows you to actually do the resistance down. Anaxa adds all the weaknesses to the boss, but he adds the weaknesses in terms you can just break the boss with this weakness, but you don't actually get the buff decrease on the boss, which his E2 does, so his E2 is by far his best eidalon. Another character is Argenti. Argenti will be one of the few characters that will go into this, and I will tell you why. All of Argenti's eidalons are dogshit. They are just bad. Overall, Argenti's eidalons are really bad at improving and scaling as a whole, I feel like. And I feel like that even, like, at E6, of course, he's gonna be fucking strong, he's gonna one-shot things, it's still E6, but I feel like that the eidalons just doesn't feel good to have or to spend for. Especially lately, Argenti's most and only use is being Deherda's slave. Then we have Aventurine. It's a shielder, eidalons on Aventurine doesn't really matter, you shouldn't go for them in general, but if you want some decent improvement, get some eidalon up, you can definitely choose the E1, the little increase, the little things that the E1 does is fine, it's good. But if you are dialecting, if E1 or limited light cone, go for his light cone, it holds a lot better value. I will skip a few characters, I will not go exactly in order, because some of them are easier to get out, you know, because some characters are a lot simpler for us to really tell which eidalon is the best. So we can start with fabulous character called Teribios. Teribi's E1 is absolutely fucking beneficial. Her E1 is cracking heads. And I mean cracking heads. It's one of the best and most worth Eidalon to ever get in the game. It's literally one of the best Eidalons the game holds, thanks to how much benefit, provide, and true damage it provides you. It's crazy, guys. Okay? It's crazy. Okay, next character, very simply put, Fei Xiao, my most favorite character, by the way. E2. Really simple. Her E1 holds a good 30% damage increase. It's really good. Her E1 is a good Eidalon in terms of how much the damage is increasing. But her best Eidalon is E2, very simply, because then every single stacks, the stack that she gets from the follow-ups, are not half of the stack, but the whole stack, which means insane amount of generation improvements, how fast you get the ult, how much damage you can output in what period of time. So Fei Xiao's E2 is definitely her best Eidalon. Then, the newest anniversary character, we probably all know that because we all play the game currently, it's Castoris. Castoris E2 is her strongest Eidalon, apart of course from E6, but best stopping Eidalon for spenders and people, because her E2 is just a massive amount of damage, which also allows you to, every single time you will press your ult, Castoris will be the first one playing, and she will be playing with the terms to use the enhance attack, and always get the enhance attack, play before the dragon, which scales with the dragon, because you want to lose more HP, so the dragon does more damage, so her E2 is really broken. Really simple one as well, Danhang, Imbibitor Lune, a character that fallen off a cliff, pretty much, but the thing that is saving him the most is his E2. Because if you actually own E2 Danhang, you can still clear content and you can still use the character. That is definitely the point. You can definitely still use this character at E2, because it does something that should probably be in his base kit, which means advances his action after doing his ultimate, which allows you to do a whole skill combo, ult, another skill combo, which equals in a high amount of damage. Another very simple character is Mayday. Mayday is, again, a really strong, one of the newer DPSs in the game. Mayday is special that every single one of his Eidalon is great to invest. His E1 is his definitely best Eidalon because this Eidalon allows his enhanced skill to hit all 5 targets at once, which is fucking crazy, and it improves his performance in every single mode, and in Pure Fiction it helps him quite a lot if you want to use him there, but even at E0 S1 he can clear Pure Fiction on 40,000 without sustainless. But Mayday's Eidalon as a whole are good. They are really good, they are really helping him, and they are really surrounded around his kit, so every single Eidalon, even E4, is really good for him. But the most one that will increase his damage and be worth and stop at is definitely his E1, which holds insane amount of damage. Another character, very simple, is Bobbin. Bobbin's E1, 24% penetration on the whole team, one of the best Eidalons in the entire game. Nothing else, just a really big team-wide damage increase. Another really simple one is Ruanmei. Ruanmei's E2 is practically absolutely useless. Her additional Eidalons then are a bit too far away, so her best stopping point is E1 with the little bit of, we can even look at that, what it does. Probably everyone knows what this does. Every single person knows what her E1 does, that it ignores defense. 20% defense. Simple as that. It's a really simple Eidalon, but why did I pull that out? You can see her E2 is just bad, her E3 is fine, you know, her E6 is good, but that's why I want to talk about it. Here, her E1 is her best stopping point, but it's not a good Eidalon as a whole, so I wouldn't pull for the Eidalon. So you could dialect that she should be here, but her E1 is decently good and not that bad, so it's still her second best Eidalon from the 6, so put her in E1. Then we have Rappa. I would put Rappa. Rappa, her Eidalon value is good. She is currently, and from release actually, the best break DPS in the entire game. If you still play break, probably not, but if you play, her E2 is fabulous. Fabulous. But the good thing on Rappa is that her E1 is one of her best Eidalons at all, so her E1 is really beneficial and helping her with the defense down as well, but her strongest and best point is her E2, so definitely E2 Rappa is the best point you can go, but her E1 is also a really good one to increase Rappa's damage as a whole. Another character that we can choose is Herda. Herda is currently the strongest DPS in the game, stronger than Castores, stronger than anyone else, dominating every single content, even current Apocalyptic of Shadows, where she got absolutely fucked by everyone having high ice resistance. She still cleared, performed at a high level. Yeah. She is the strongest character in the game, and her E2 is the strongest Eidalon 2 in the entire game, how much damage it increases. For those who are wondering how much E6 Diherda does, she does like 4 million damage more than E6 Castores, just for at 5 targets, just for your knowledge. Her E2 is definitely the strongest Eidalon in the game. Another one, very simple one. Very simple one. Sunday's E1, definitely his best Eidalon. His light cone is a really worth one to have. I would maybe go for the light cone, but his E1 is his best Eidalon. Very simply, his Eidalon 1 is actually giving a lot of increases. But Sunday, for those who don't know, is supposed to, of course, it's leaks. He should be in 3.4, so he could be one of your targets, because he is one of the best units in the entire game. But what it does is that it increases, it gives a defense ignore to your character and to your summon, which equals a really rapid damage increase. And main thing for him, if you have E1 Sunday, it's worth to play E1 Sunday with Castores over Mimi. But by the way, if he would go Mimi, he's E6 of course, but Mimi is broken. Remembrance Trailblazer is best in slot for Castores, but E1 Sunday is better. Then, I am doing this pretty fast because I want to just inform you what Eidalon is the best, maybe tell you something to the Eidalon, but it's very simple, it's nothing like incredible. Black Swan. Ooh, Black Swan. DOT currently not the most popular out of them all, which is valid. DOT is struggling, but we are getting buffs. The next patch Kafka is getting buffs, so maybe DOT improves us and we should get a new DOT unit in the future as well. But Black Swan as a unit is not that bad, but her Eidalon 1 is a very good one if you want to increase her damage, if you want to be more happier with it. You can definitely pull for E1, it's an amazing Eidalon for her, but the best, absolutely best stopping point will be E2. Because when enemy is down, it ejects us, receive Arcana stacks. That's it. Which increases her AoE capability. It's very simple. Her E2 is broken. It's just a really good one for her, generally. So her E2 is definitely the best. Then we have... I will tell you the ones that are even simpler, and that is Fuke. Fuke is not simple, it is probably her E1, but if you spend on Fuke Eidalons, or you did in the past, you should go for E2. I'm gonna put her in the E1, because her E1 is absolutely fabulous, but her E2, it allows you to advance characters. It's a DDD practically on her E2. So her E2 is the point I would recommend you to stop, but just a little bit, or one like Eidalon, which is incredible, is the E1, but I would say go for E2. But I'm putting her in E1 because her E1 is fabulous. Her E1 is so good. Another character we have is Firefly. Very simple. Very simple. Firefly, even though she really struggles, she's falling off of the cliff. Some people call her Fire Flop. I'm not gonna do that, even though she's flopping very hard. But it's very simple. Her E1 is letting you ignore defense. As well, her E1 is incredible Eidalon for her. It reduces the defense, and it doesn't consume skill points, but her E2 is the strongest one, because every single time you break, you get additional turn, which increases an insane amount of actions and damage dealt that you can produce with Firefly. E2 is definitely the best stopping point. Highest Scene, one of the newest characters currently still ongoing, so this can help you, is E1. Her E1 is her best Eidalon by far. It's a really big Eidalon that increases the damage by a really big amount for your teammates and her as well, but the E1, same as Hyacinth, it's just good for the HP scalers and HP DPSs. So it will do so little or practically nothing for characters if you play her with like D Herda. If you play her with like D Herda. That is just not happening. So her E1 definitely best, but you should pull over Hyacinth only for Castores. Or maybe My Day, but it's still not that good. For Castores. And if you want her even stronger, pull E1 for Castores. It's very simple, guys. There isn't much more I should really like say about it, because she was really built in. It's the best in slot for Castores. Why? Because she was too builded. Too builded for her. Like, it's just too much. Too much, like, the kit is only for Castores. No one else. No one. Like, so the Eidalon you're pulling will be only for Castores. Sorry that I stopped on her that much. Like, I just wanted to make sure that no one pulls the Eidalon when it's not needed. Then we have Huohuo, which it's a healer. She doesn't really need Eidalons. Like, what to tell you about Huohuo's Eidalon 1? There isn't much that you will want to know about the Eidalon 1, because it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It just isn't. Like, we can even check what it does just for you to... If someone don't know what it does, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you exactly the wording. Duration of Divine Prosperity on Axiom 1, but extended by 1. When Huohuo possesses Divine Provision, all ally speed increases by 12%. It's absolutely useless. This is bad as well. This is pretty good. Actually, if we will be fair, I'll put her here. People will tell you that her best one will be E1 for stopping point, but I feel like the E1 does so little that I would just... If you want Eidalons on Huohuo, just E6 her. Like, you can get the E1 for fun. It's not bad, but I feel like it's not worth it. It's not worth the Eidalon if you don't want to spend on it. It's probably not worth. Then, best teammate for Acheron has the best stopping point as her, of course. His E1 is an amazing Eidalon for you to pull if you want increases on this team, or help your Acheron, help your Zhao Chao. His E1 is definitely really good, but the best and most stopping point that will increase the DOT and everything and the overall performance of the character will be E2 as well. Then we have Jade. Another character that E1 is probably her like best Eidalon. Yeah, sure. Her E1 is pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. It's not bad. That's the best I can tell you guys. But overall, her Eidalons are just bad. Overall Eidalon value for Jade is fucking non-existent. It's non-existent. So I'm gonna do this. Her E1 is the best Eidalon you can pull, probably. It's worth to, like, go for it. But don't feel like, oh, I want E1 Jade because it's so good. No, it isn't. Her Eidalons are bad. I can show you the Eidalons. It's very simple. It's very simple. Her Eidalons are just overly not good. This is good because it increases like the damage. The depth collector is better. Her like this thing does crit rate plus, sure. A little bit of defense ignore on Ace 4, sure. So this does this. This does the penetration as every single fucking character's E6 in the game for him. Yeah, sure. So sure. E1 is good. But if you really go for Eidalons on her, I would go for E6. I would go for E6. Blade became a standard character unit. He is. But if you have Eidalons, or you're like, which Eidalon is good for him, even though he is currently in the standard banner, originally, you know, he wasn't, so I can rank him. Why not? My tier list, my rules, he. But it's E1. His E2 is pretty much useless. Her overall Eidalons aren't the best, but they're fine. But now, if you have random E1 Blade, or you lose to random E1 Blade from your from your 50/50s because you chose him to, it's actually really good. But you need Hyacinth and with her light cone. If you have Hyacinth with her light cone, Blade is becoming a really, really good DPS, and with the additional buffs, he will be a really good DPS probably. So Blade value is going up, and it will probably go up. Very simple. Very simple. Then you have Fushuan. Again, it's a standard character, so you are probably getting them really easily, the E1 and E2. Her E1 is really good because it increases crit damage. Very simple, but her probably best one is E2. Just because it allows you to survive the killing blows, even for allies, which is fucking incredible. It's really good for survivability. Her E2. It's nothing more to really say. And then we are left with a bunch of junk. I'm sorry to be rude, but these characters, yeah. Okay, Boodle. Boodle's best Eidolon you can stop on is definitely his E1. His E1 is the best, really, damage increase you can get. It's similar as every break DPS, as like Rappa's E1, so you can just go for that. Go for E1, chill, you don't need more. You definitely don't need more. Then we have Jingliu. Good old Jingliu. Oh man. Oh man. Man, I'm dead. Jingliu is a hard character to judge, and her Eidolons as well, because by the leaks, her Eidolons will adjust as well. In terms of that, Jingliu is changing to a HP scaler, for those who don't know. For those who don't know, she's changing to full HP scaler. Full HP scaler. Because currently her E2 is really good, but her E1 is also pretty good. You can choose both, you can take both, sure, it's pretty good. Probably it would be E2. But if the HP scalings are well and well adjusted in it, it could be E1, but it's hard to judge because they will change the multipliers. So we don't know how strong she will be, but maybe for the future the E1 could be the best. But on this one I could definitely be wrong. Very simple, because they will change the whole fucking kit of hers. What? Yeah, Luocha. I don't know what else to tell you. Luocha's Eidolons. You don't want Eidolons on Luocha. Luocha is not that good of a healer. Now he is actually better. His value is better. His value is a lot better. But it's not good. It's not good. Oh, I'm very sorry for the phone. I'm very sorry for the phone. But the best value you will probably see if you will go for E6. Just go for E6 if you want Eidolons. But his E1 is good. He could be here, but it's just such a little increase. It doesn't even really matter. It just doesn't matter that much, you know. It's just... It's not worth it for you to go for any Eidolons. So, okay. That's Luocha. Then we have our favorite. We can choose Kafka. We can do Kafka. Kafka as well will get increases on her overall performance and kit. She will also, her follow-up will be better, and her E1 will probably be the best Eidolon for her, especially then. It's best probably even now, but it will definitely be best then, because they are really making sure that the follow-up attack is strong. In the early leaks that we got, the follow-up attack should be strong, so her A1 could actually do a lot of work. Jingyuan is one of the weird characters that I would tell you to stop at E4. I would tell you to stop at E4s, but his best add-ons are E4 and E6, and if you're going for E4, I'm telling you go for E6. E1 is like good, but his E2 is meh. Not decent, you could say, but not good. His E4 is really good. His E4 is really good. But at that point, the E6 is the main one and better. But both are good. E4, E6. But if you're going for E4 character, you're probably E6ing anyway. So, E6. Let's... Doctor Ratio. We got him for free. Yeah, sure. If any of you actually use Doctor Ratio, I'm impressed. I really don't like that guy, but I know some people do. It is in terms of his Eidalons, it's... I don't know, really. I feel like it's the E1, but The character overall is not the best. We probably all know that. His Eidalons aren't as good as well. So it's probably his E1, just get the E1 and chill, have some increase in damage, but sure, that's probably it. That's like it, you know, like just get over it. Lingsha, Lingsha it's E1, very simple. Lingsha doesn't need any add-ons. She's literally one of the best characters in the entire game, best healers in the entire game. And her add-ons are amazing as well. Her E4 is like bad, but her E1 is really good. It increases the defense enemies when they are weakness broken. Her E2 is amazing as well, because she is becoming a break effect buffer with the use of her ultimate. So that's actually very good. Her E6 is fabulous. But I would tell you to stop at E1 and chill. If you want to go for E2, go for E2. Go for E2. Her E2 is one of her best add-ons. So, but overall, the character, she's just broken. Lingsha is just broken. Like, everyone probably knows that, but E1, I would go for E1. I would go for E1 and be really happy. But if you want to like add-on 1 or a light cone, go for the light cone. The light cone is the better one. But if you want her add-ons, E1 is amazing. E2 is really good. Topaz, very simple. E1. E1. Topaz E1 is her best Eidalon out of all of them. Her E1 is so good, it's better than even like her anything else. E6, like, it's good to have her E6, but her E1 is the best Eidalon for her. Very simple. Just, if you want to make the most out of Topaz, you go for E1. Just, that's it. That's it. There is nothing else. It's literally better than go for her E6. Her E6 as an add-on standalone is worse than her E1, which is funny. Silver Wolf. Oh god. She's one of the worst. She's probably the worst limited character in the game. Her overall add-ons aren't the best, aren't the worst. Her E1 is like, her E1 is decent. Her E2 is trashy. Her E4 is meh. Her E6 is like, yeah, sure. No, it's not. But her add-on value will maybe go up, because she is looking to get the biggest buffs out of the all buffed characters in 3.4 by the leaks. It's just leaks, but she should be the most buffed unit out of them all, which is deservingly. So she will maybe be really broken in the future in 3.4 when the buffs releases. As of now, all of her add-ons practically sucks, and it's not worth it to go for them. Not even worth to pull for the unit alone, which is unfortunate. Sparkle, another unit that's falling off of the cliff. She is not really good. She is definitely one of the best adepts to get buffs in the future, if you ask me. But her best add-on is E2. Her E1 is really good. It gives you like attack boosts, but her E2 is the best point, definitely the best point, because when you consume skill points, the attacks will ignore some part of enemy defense. Simple as that. Her E2 is the best add-on for her, but I'm not recommending you to pull for her add-ons, or even for her as a unit as well, not much. But if you want them, when you want add-ons, like for, I don't know, Ember Brittle Lune, go for E2. Go for E2. Then we have one last character, which is my most hated character from the game. I think she's absolutely horrific. Fucking this child, I would just punch it. But if we talk about add-ons, it's E2. If you talk about add-ons, like, go for E6, but her E2 is amazing. Her E2 is amazing. It against ignores defense. It's a big damage spike, but her E1 is really good. If you want her E1, it's actually a really good increase. It's a really good increase, but her E2 is the best one. Whoo! We got through every single limited 5-star character in the entire game currently, guys. Every single one of the characters, we showed you what the add-on is the best for them. It was obvious that it will be E1, E2 competitions. It was. Some characters, how I said, feel like E6. Some characters I feel like not even. And 4 stars are obvious. I hope you really enjoyed this video, that it told you what EIDALONS are good for what character, that you maybe got some new knowledge you didn't have. Or if you just skipped at the end and you're just looking at the full tier list, which EIDALON to pull, I'm also glad that you actually clicked on my video. You can like and subscribe and comment, and thank you very much, and see you in the next one. Bye.